Another criterion used to classify machine learning systems is whether or not the system can learn incrementally from a stream of incoming data. Batch learning and online learning are two different types of machine learning approaches. Batch learning involves training a machine learning model on a fixed dataset or batch of data. In batch learning, the system is incapable of learning incrementally. It must be trained using all the available data. The model processes the entire dataset, makes necessary adjustments to its parameters, and produces the best possible version of the model based on that fixed dataset. This will generally take a lot of time and computing resources, so it is typically done offline. That's why it is also called offline learning. If we talk about the process, first the system is trained, and then it is launched into production and runs without learning anymore. It just applies what it has learned. If you want a batch learning system to know about new data, then you need to train a new version of the system from scratch on the full dataset, not just the new data, but also the old data, then stop the old system and replace it with the new one. This entire process can be automated, and that makes even the batch learning system to adapt to change. Simply update the data and train a new version of the system from scratch as often as needed. On the other hand, online learning involves training a model on a continuous stream of data, one data point at a time. In online learning, you train the system incrementally by feeding it data instances sequentially, either individually or by small groups called mini-batches. Each learning step is fast and cheap, so the system can learn about new data on the fly as it arrives. The model is updated incrementally as new data becomes available, and it can adapt to changes in the data distribution over time. Online learning can be very useful in scenarios where data is being generated in real time or in situations where it is not feasible to store all the data for batch processing. The choice between batch and online learning depends on the specific problem and constraints of the situation. In some cases, batch learning is preferable when there is a large amount of available data and the cost of retraining the model is not prohibitive. Online learning, on the other hand, may be the best choice when there is a continuous stream of data or when data storage is limited.